Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rebecca, this is Magnolia Homeschool, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the good and the beautiful's spelling. So if you are not familiar with the good and the beautiful, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it before we jump into how I teach the spelling. Today we're going to be looking at Language Arts Level 2 of the Good and the Beautiful. The Good and the Beautiful covers phonics, reading, spelling, writing, grammar, punctuation, literature, poetry, memorization, art, and geography. And these all go into this one big book. And I love it. The only thing I don't love about the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts is their spelling. And I hope I don't offend anybody by saying this. It's definitely not my purpose of this video. It's just to say that the way they do certain things in here, I just don't do it. I don't like it. So I thought that I would show you guys what I do for the Good and the Beautiful spelling. Everything else in the book, for the most part, we follow along pretty well. The only thing, like I said, we don't love is their spelling. And when you don't love a curriculum, it is totally okay to A, change it, or B, alter it. So we are going to alter it. I've changed curriculum with my kids before, actually this year. About 2 weeks in, my 8th grader changed his curriculum, but for this particular student, we love the Good and the Beautiful and how it works for him. The only thing we don't love is the spelling. So I'm going to show y'all what we do to make it work for us and how it fits for this particular student. And I'm going to go ahead and flip through the book and find a section in here that, you know, tells them what to do with the spelling, so I can show y'all what we don't love about it. Also, if you're not familiar with the Good and the Beautiful, then you can go on their website and you can look up levels 1 through 5 for free. You can download the PDF for free and print it yourself, or you can purchase the whole set. But if you wanted to just kind of look into it and see what you were getting into, you could definitely download the PDF completely free and then go from there. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and look at just the spelling, and I'll go ahead and do like a whole separate video showing you guys a more detailed review of the whole language arts, like as a whole. Today I just kind of wanted to pick at just the spelling. I want to start off by saying I am a 5th year homeschooler. We have been using the Good and the Beautiful for 4 years of those 5 years. And I have completely loved the way their curriculum has transformed my students and turned them into people who love to read and who have brought out a totally different side of my kids. And so that is something I am forever thankful for. I have grades 1, 4, 5, 7, and 8. So if the Good and the Beautiful spelling works great for you, then you may not need this kind of video. But maybe you can add some of this stuff to the situation that already works for you. Because this is definitely not changing the curriculum, I'm just altering it a little bit. So this is something we add in addition to what they ask us to do. We do this as well. And there are some times that I don't do what they ask and we only do this. So I'll kind of touch on that a little bit more in the video. But I want to start off by saying the Good and the Beautiful's spelling word list are definitely different than any other spelling word list you're going to find. These spelling word lists are not made up of like spelling patterns. Their spelling words are made up of rule breakers. So these are not going to be like EA, EE, OU spelling word, you know, like spelling patterns. We're going to talk about the commonly misspelled words, the rule breaker words, the words you can't just sound out, the words that don't make any kind of sense. That is what they focus on as spelling word list. So also the spelling patterns that we are not having as a spelling list are still worked on in the lessons. So your student's not going to miss that. You're just going to have a different, and instead of like, you know, 1 through 10 type of spelling pattern list, you're just going to have a different type of list. But they're still going to touch on spelling patterns in the lesson as well. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of things, or a couple of ways they ask us to practice spelling words in the book. And I'm going to show you which ones we love and find effective and which ones we don't and how we change them. So for starters, what we find effective. At the bottom of this page, you'll see targeted spelling words, and it'll give you the word and 2 spots to copy the word. So you'll say the word, spell the word, write the word twice, or whatever it asks you to do. Say the word and write it twice. That works for us. We typically do that and nothing else when that is what is asked of us. Okay, so now let's talk about what we don't like about the spelling. So in this section right here, you'll see our targeted spelling words. okay? And they say read the word, spell the word, lift a leg with each letter, repeat 2 times. We don't like to do that. It just causes chaos in our day. And for some students that may be 100% effective, but for us it's not. They literally dread it when they see that that is something that they're being asked to do for that day. Okay, so number 2 says read the word and write it in your finger. Write it with your finger on the palm of your hand. Say each letter, spin around, take a bow. We just don't do it. We don't like it. And I feel like most people will put up with a curriculum and every aspect of that curriculum, even if it doesn't fit their needs, and even if they don't 100% love the way it's working for them. And for a while I did that too. And so one of the things that I feel is the biggest blessing of homeschool is that you can use a curriculum such as this and use it as a guide. I don't have to follow this 100%. I don't have to say this is what it says, I have to do this, I have no other option. That's just not true. I am going to take what they give me, I am going to learn from it, and I'm going to adapt it to fit our needs. I'm going to see which student needs changing, which student loves it just as it is, and so on. So what we have done, one of the things we have done that we found has been really working. And I'm also going to tell you a few other things we tried. So like writing sentences with the word, we do like to do that. We still do that. We'll grab loose leaf, write a sentence with the word, try to write or 2 sentences with the word, using it different ways. We'll also write our words on the board. We will also write our words on chalk outside. But for a minimalistic day, for a day where we are just like, I need to get schoolwork done and I do not need to be jumping on one leg and going outside with chalk or finger painting my words somewheres. There are days where you just need to be minimalistic. And so for those days, this is what I have chose to do. I print or typed up all the spelling words for this unit, and I'm gonna go ahead and flip to the front of this unit and show y'all what that looks like. Okay, so at the beginning of the unit you have a page that looks like this. And on this page it tells you the targeted spelling words for this unit. So in this particular unit, it's just not the unit we're on. It's days of the weeks, months, and colors. We're not on this unit in particular right now, but that's just to show you how I get the list. So I will take that list and I will copy it or type it onto my computer, print it out, and then I will laminate the pages. And so because I don't need them to last very long, you can see the back is not shiny and the front of it is. I just place my words back to back, or my sheets back to back, and when I cut after laminating, it makes where the back is laminated and the front is laminated, sorry, and the back is not. So it doesn't need to last longer than this one unit, so I don't need to use, it doesn't have to be mega sturdy, and I only need one side laminated because I use a wet erase marker and I have my student copy the word here. When I'm having them write the words as dictation, so they're not looking at this word here, then I will have them write it on loose leaf or on the board or something like that. But when they are just trying to read, copy, read, write, and spell out loud kind of thing, they will read it off of here, cover it up, flip it over, whatever they gotta do, say it without looking at it, and then I want them to copy it, and so they'll just come on here and it's laminated, so they use their wet erase marker. I prefer wet erase because it doesn't smear off with their hand. We actually have to go with a little baby wipe or something to wipe it clean, and so they just do that. When they're done, they just go and wipe it. It's very simple. It doesn't matter if they get messed up because it doesn't need to last very long. And this whole stack is for the whole unit. We may only focus on like 6 words at a time, so it's not like I'm overwhelming them with words, and they really love doing this, so it makes it super easy. Let me show you. So they can even fit it a couple of times if they wanted to, and they really like it. We have different color wet erase markers, and so I will sometimes have them write it in 2 or 3 different colors, but for the most part they just say it, copy it, cover it, say it, spell it, cover it, spell it, and then copy it. So that is what has been working for us. That is what they really love to do. It seems to be less dreadful when it's time for spelling. It's something that they are looking forward to doing. and it's something that I find has been effective. They have actually been remembering the words and learning the spelling and learning the way to spell these difficult words. So just to give you another example, I found another targeted spelling word section here, and it says, have the parent or teacher put sugar in a casserole dish, just enough to almost but not quite cover the bottom of the dish. Spell the following words in the sugar with your finger. I am not doing that. So that's just straight up like raw moment there for me. I am, as a mom of 6, not putting sugar in a casserole dish. And that's what I mean when I say that I really need to be minimalistic. And I'm not bashing anybody, because for some students that will work, like 100% work. So I suggest trying what they say, and if it feels overwhelming to you and it feels like something that you're getting burnt out by doing, be minimalistic. Think of something simple and just be simple. You do not have to follow every curriculum to the T. You can use it as a guide, because you are the parent, you are the teacher, you get to decide that. And as long as it is effective and the child is picking up what they're supposed to pick up on, I say go for it. I say it is a-okay. So if you have any fun little tips for spelling, leave them down below in the comments. If you love the way The Good and the Beautiful is, I am so happy that it works for you, and actually I'm jealous, because I wish we could just open it and go just like that. But to be honest, this is so minimalistic that it doesn't even feel like I'm doing anything else extra. So that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope it helps you or inspires you, motivates you in some sort of way. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments, or if you have any tips for our viewers, let me know in the comments as well. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram. I'll go ahead and leave my name here down below, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.